Hi, it's Ken with Brigadier Security again. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to change the batteries in the GE motion detectors. The GE systems are mainly the Simons, Simon XTs, Simon XTI 5s, and the Allegro panels, as well as the Networks NX8 and NX6 panels. The most common detector you'll see will be the small one here. So we're going to start with showing you how to change the batteries in this one. On this sensor, you'll see at the top here, there's that little ribbed area for a button. When you press on that, the detector will fold forward and down out of the back case. So when I press on it here, it pops it open, and then it would swing forward and down this way, while this part would stay attached to your wall. On the back of the detector here, you'll notice that there's a small spring there. You want to make sure you do not lose that spring. The spring is the tamper sensor, and if it's missing, your motion is always going to show tampered or open. When you change the batteries, you'll see at the bottom middle here, there is a little tab, and on the top there are two more tabs. You have to squeeze all three tabs together at the same time and pull straight back. So your fingers grab a hold. Usually my thumb's down there, and I'll have two fingers on top, one on the bottom. And then you pull straight back out of the case. Now, if it doesn't want to come out of its case, usually what I'll do is get a little screwdriver and put it beside the tab here, and just try and pry this big part back a little bit. So from here, I'll pry this way, and I'll put it on the other side here, and pry back again this way. Put my three fingers on again, pull back. If it doesn't want to come again, I'll try and put it in again, pry it a little more. I may also put it on the top here, once again beside the tabs, and pry back. And I'll just keep repeating that process over until it comes loose enough that I can pull it out. When it does come out, you will find a AA battery on each side of the motion detector. Once again, make sure you put the battery in the same way you took it out, so the positive is facing in the correct direction. Some older models will have just one 3.6 volt lithium battery in there. It'll look like a AA battery, but it's not. You'll have to make sure you get the lithium if that's the one you have. When you put it back together, just slide it back into place. With the groove lining up here, and snap it together. After it's snapped together, you may notice that once in a while you see a red light come on. So when you unclip the motion from the case, it puts the motion detector in a test mode. So for a few minutes the red light should come on, and then it should stop. If the red light comes on all the time, you're going to wind up going through your batteries a lot faster. So it should only do this for a few minutes. When you put it back into its case, notice on the bottom of the case there's two little bumps there. Down here and over on this side here. On the bottom of the detector, there's the two little slots there for those nubs to fit in. So you put the bottom part on first. If I can do this again. Put the bottom part on first, and then you'll snap it closed. When you snap it closed, the spring should hit the back of the case and compress. So again, if your detector keeps telling you, or your system keeps telling you, that the motion is tampered or open, it's because that's not in its case properly and the spring didn't get compressed. So once you have it on the bottom tabs, you snap it closed, and that should be it. Again, you may see the red light turn on every once in a while, but you can just ignore that. It should go away after a few minutes. The next detector is mainly used for outdoor applications. Down at the bottom here, you're going to see a little screw. First you have to undo that screw, and then the detector will swing upwards to open up. Hey, after you undo that screw, it can be kind of difficult getting this thing open because it's supposed to be weatherproof to keep out weather, such as water and snow and everything. But if you pull hard, it'll pop open. On the side here, there's these little tabs. You may have to press on it to try and get it open also. Press on the front part here, because it clips into this part here. But if you pull hard enough, you should be able to get it open, and then it'll swing up and the cover can come off. Up at the top here is where you will find two 3-volt lithium batteries, model number CR123. And again, look close, there should be the positive and negative symbols on the case there, but just put them back in the same way you took them out. When you go to put the case back on, you have this top part here. That's going to hook around this top part here. And then you will close it together. When you close it together, again, you will probably have to push on these side parts here so that it is able to snap into the side along here, to this little groove here. And then once you get it closed up, just tighten the screw at the bottom. There are tamper switches on this motion detector again. One of them is here on the back. So the back part will press against the wall there to keep it closed. And then there's another tamper switch inside here for the motion detector itself. When you're closing this motion up, you will have to watch when you put this back part on. There, you have this little tiny lip right here. If you're not careful, this lip may wind up being above it, above the back part of the motion detector here, in which case it's going to make it much more difficult for you to get that motion closed. So when you do put it together, try to make sure that lip slides underneath the cover. After you get it together, it should just be one solid seam going around. And that's how you change the batteries on this Motion. Otherwise, we'll see you in our next video.